Hello everyone, today I'll be giving you the top 5 reasons I moved to Winnipeg, Manitoba. First time on this channel, you want to know about living, investing, sleeping, business in Winnipeg, Manitoba, make sure you tap the subscribe button and the little bell so you get notified anytime we do a new video. We got so many people reaching out to us about planning on moving to Winnipeg, and we absolutely love it. So if you're planning on moving to Winnipeg, give us a call, send us a text, send us an email, or wherever you want to get to us, because we got your back in moving to Winnipeg. Also give us a like if you like this content. So I'm going to be sharing a little bit of my story with you guys. Basically I moved to Thompson, Manitoba. I think I've said it quite a number of my videos, and in Thompson, Manitoba, I spent roughly I think I spent about 2 years or thereabout in Thompson before I moved to Winnipeg. And I wanted to share today the reason why I moved to Winnipeg, and that's what I wanted to share today. So top 5 reasons why I moved to Winnipeg. Now the first reason I moved to Winnipeg was because there were more jobs in Winnipeg. Now Winnipeg is a big city, like I used to say. We have lots of businesses here as compared to Thompson. Now Thompson is also it's a small city. It's the hub of the north. I've done a video on Thompson too. It's a hub of the north. There are lots of businesses. There are considerable. I won't say there are lots of business, but there are businesses in Thompson too. But I thought about the job opportunities in Winnipeg compared to Thompson. Winnipeg is a bigger city, more businesses are here, more industries are here, and I thought, okay, why not move to Winnipeg where I could get more opportunities as regards to job. And that's one of the reasons why I moved to Winnipeg. That's the first reason why I moved to Winnipeg. Second reason why I moved to Winnipeg is basically I got my real estate license. When I got my real estate license, I was still in Thompson, and I found out that because Thompson is a very small city, I was thinking if I wanted to really participate in real estate, I had to find a bigger city to work in, and that's what I thought I need to do. And I thought if I stayed in Thompson, I would my opportunities might be limited, because in Thompson we just have about 14,000 people living in the community, while in Winnipeg you have about close to 1 million, if I'm right, probably 800,000 or thereabout in Winnipeg. And I thought I could serve and help more people if I'm in Winnipeg than I'm in Thompson, and that's why I decided to move to Winnipeg. That's the second reason why I decided to move to Winnipeg. Now the third reason why I decided to move to Winnipeg is the big one, the weather. Now Thompson, wow. And that is why I've always said that Winnipeg, and that is why sometimes when I talk about the weather, I'm always saying Winnipeg is considerably, the weather in Winnipeg is not, yes, I know to the highest of the world it's extremely cold in Winnipeg, but if you go to some parts in the north, you would know the definition of what it means for a city to be cold. Now in Thompson, the weather is, it's extremely cold. It's surrounded by nature, and because it's surrounded by nature, it's a small city, fewer people. It makes the city extremely cold in winter. So I spent about 2 years, and I know how cold it is in Winnipeg, in Thompson. It got to a stage in which I could remember there was a day I was trying to fill up my gas, my tank. And I couldn't. I wanted to fill up my tank, and it was so cold. I actually wasn't with my glove, and I couldn't just when I wanted to pay for the service, I couldn't just reach out for my card. It was so cold. I had to use my mouth to take off the card to give it to the attendant. So it was, Thompson is cold. And I also remember the time in which I was driving home from work, and it was so cold that I had to, it was still the same day I drove, and by the time I got home, when I jumped out of the car, I had to drop the key, but the key of my car fell from me, and I couldn't pick it up. I had to rush in and just throw my hands into some hot, water. So it's just, it's cold in Thompson, and I just thought I didn't want to stay there for a long period of time, and I decided it's better I move to a larger city. Yes, I know Winnipeg is also cold, but it's not as cold as what we have in Thompson. Thompson is, wow. Sometimes when I check the weather, I see sometimes Winnipeg might be in -22, -25, while Thompson might go as high as 35, 40. It's just, it's extremely cold, and that is why I actually decided to move to Winnipeg, and that's the third reason why I moved to Winnipeg. Now, the fourth reason I moved to Winnipeg is because Winnipeg is a beautiful city compared to Thompson. Thompson, like I said, is a small city, fewer people, fewer companies, fewer infrastructures, fewer views. Thompson is also a great city. There's no doubt about that, because you are surrounded by nature. If you love nature, it's somewhere you will love to live in. But if you're someone like me that came from from that love the city life, I love city. I love seeing the lights and the glamour. I love the city life. You can't live in. You won't be able to live in Thompson. You want to come to a place in which I love to see different people, different faces, different races, the multicultural people. I just love that feel, to see the lights, the glamour. That's the way I'm wired, and that's why I decided to move to Winnipeg, where I can experience such a beautiful city. That's the fourth reason why I moved to Winnipeg. The fifth reason why I moved to Winnipeg is because of the health care. Now in Thompson, we just have one hospital. In Thompson, just one hospital, one clinic. Everything is just one and one. But in Winnipeg, you have options. You have various hospitals, various clinics. It's a more bigger city, and more better healthcare. And I felt I don't want to be limited by the healthcare, and that is why I decided to move to Winnipeg, where I have options. I have there are dozens of hospitals here, and I felt it's going to be a great place to live in, with much better healthcare and more better health workers. And and that's one of the reasons, and that's the reasons why I moved to Winnipeg. Winnipeg has lots of hospitals, dozens of hospitals, dozens of clinics, and better healthcare than we have at Thompson. I'm not saying Thompson doesn't have better healthcare too, but when you have more options to places to go, and then when you have more options, then more options makes it more better. You're not restricted by just one particular hospital. That's why I decided to move to Winnipeg, and that is the 5 reasons why I personally moved to Winnipeg. Now, if you're planning on moving to Winnipeg, like I used to say, give us a call, send us a text, send us an email, however you want to get to us, because we got your back in moving to Winnipeg. And on to my next video, I'll catch you later. Pop.